Hi, this is Kylie Thompson, host of Food for Thought. Thanks for listening to the following podcast on Public House Media.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach here to deliver a message to you. This podcast is meant to provide a hope and a dream that fuels your soul to dream big and to dream bold and to inspire and empower you to live out your wildest freaking dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, and I'm so excited you're here. So humbled, so grateful. Man, I say that every single week, but I mean it every single week that goes by. And I see and I hear and I read the reviews left that you have put for this show. Or I hear an amazing story or an amazing thing that somebody has implemented and taken away from what we've talked about on this podcast. Or to anybody who just shares it on their social media and tags me at Dr. Fit White or messages me directly on Facebook or Instagram. It just fills my cup up. So every single time I want to tell you how much it means to me. I want to tell you that it matters to me. I want to tell you that it really does light my soul on fire. So I wanted to dive into this episode. First of all, sharing gratitude. Second, I just want to have a safe space, right? Guys, this time is so unprecedented. People are crazy. People are feeling certain ways. And, everyone is kind of in this guard. Everyone's on the defense. Everyone is feeling like they're being attacked or ready to feel attacked, or they're on standby for any type of assault. Everybody's just really high strung and on the defense, whether it's for their morals, their values, their political views, whatever it is. There's just a lot of turmoil and a lot of pain and a lot of hurt. So I want this to be a safe space for anyone who needs it. I want this to be a place where you can feel loved and comfortable. So I want to start there. And then the third thing is, I want you to think about who you are as a person. And maybe you're a woman, maybe you're a man, maybe you are Caucasian, maybe you're African American, maybe you are multiple races, maybe you come from privilege, or you don't have privilege, or you grew up in the suburbs, or you grew up in the streets. Wherever you come from, I want you to hold on to that. But I also want you to be able to walk a mile in another person's shoes, right? Everybody has a parent or coach or mentor who said that to them at one point in time. So as many of you guys experienced, we have a new vice president-elect who is a woman. And not only is she just a woman, she is an Indian African American woman. That is powerful, guys. And regardless of if we take parties out, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, whatever, if you take that aside and just look at the monumental moment that occurred when a woman vice president-elect was chosen. And I want you to think about it in your life. Did you ever think that you would ever see a woman president or vice president? I don't know if I could have said yes. And then go a step further, a woman vice president of color. That's a huge, huge thing to discuss. Now, again, for some of you, you're like at the edge of your seat, like, that doesn't mean, nope, we're not going there. We're taking political parties out and we're just looking at it from the facts of this woman is now in the highest seat of the table, right? She's the vice president of the free nation. And I want to just say, as a woman of color myself, that's powerful. Now I want to say on another end of that, I'm looking at pictures of my girls and I'm looking at their beautiful brown skin. And I'm saying this is what was needed for our world, our world in the United States to come together, to know that it's possible, to feel like regardless of race, religion, background, color, that somebody can be seen if they are not Caucasian. And the reason why I say that is many of you guys saw a post and you heard about me talking about it. Alicia Joy, beautiful girl, love of my life. And she is a dark-skinned, chocolate brown, beautiful little girl. And she dressed up for Halloween. And she came around the corner and she had white makeup on. And I was crushed because she wanted to look pretty like Belle. And she didn't realize why this was a bad thing, why I was wiping off her face. Because she said, well, no other princess looks like me. Guys, that's power. It might not directly affect you, but little girls, little brown and black skinned girls are growing up and they need to see people who look like them. They need to see people who reflect them and show them what's possible. They need to see that. They need to see that more than anything. And you can't be like, if you are of another race, you can't come at it as, well, my daughter needs the same thing. She has it. She has it in all different facets, whether it's a doctor, a lawyer, an actress, a model. They have it. But we don't, and our little girls don't. So please understand where I come from. And just saying Kamala Harris as the vice president-elect was massive. As a woman, it's massive. That only started because of, it's a huge contributory factor to RBG, the late RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was allowing women to have rights above what we were given initially. We have a seat at the table, and now here we are in the year 2020 when life is crazy. We've had a global pandemic, we've had exposed systemic racism, we've had more division in this country than ever seen ever before. You could probably date it back to the Civil War times. And here we are, and we have a choice. We have a choice to accept people for who they are, but also be willing to agree to disagree. Be willing to step outside yourself and listen to why people have a certain feeling or emotion. Listen to what people are feeling in this moment. And there are some people that are angry, and you have every right to be. There are some people that are hurt or worried, and you have every right to be. But there are some people that are so happy. There are some people that are screaming for joy. There are some people that are dancing their butts off right now. There are even some people that are crying with tears of joy because of the monumental thing that has happened as a woman and as a woman of color. So I say to you right now, if we put aside racial tension, if we put aside political backgrounds, if we put aside everything else, what is the common factor right now, right here? That we, as human beings, have the decision every single day we wake up to be the best possible person that they can be, to go after their dreams, to dream bigger than they ever thought possible, to be kind, to be understanding, to be an inspiration, to be someone that can empower them to feel like they can achieve anything in this life. So what I ask you right here, right now, is, are you going to choose to stay in that anger? Are you going to choose to stay in that upset? Are you going to choose to continue to be upset or angry or frustrated? Or are you going to say, okay, this is the cards we were dealt. This is what it is. I'm going to continue to pray, and I'm going to continue to be that beacon of light, and I'm going to continue to be that beacon of hope, and I'm going to be that positive role model for my family, for my friends, for those that maybe disagree with me, and I'm going to continue to be kind and loving, because at the end of the day, we are supposed to love each other. And at the end of the day, 4 years is a blip in time. 8 years is a blip in time. This is going to come and go in a blip of time. But guess what? Your friendships, your family, the relationships that you have and you have built, the people that are in your life that matter and truly are open to understanding and hearing, those people are supposed to last a lifetime. So don't ruin those relationships for a blip of time. Obviously, there are a lot of other deep-rooted issues, right? Values, morals. Those are things that you have to dissect. And we're going to have an episode about that later on, about how to heal from realizing that relationships are never going to mend because of disagreements in their morals or values, and that's okay, and that's going to be that for that episode. But for right now, I want you to analyze whether you can move past it and be kind, whether you can love more and move forward. So guys, I've given you a lot to think about. Now, I didn't tell you who I voted for. I don't really care who you voted for. That's not what this is about. It's not a political debate. But I do want you to acknowledge that a moment in time in 2020, history has been made. For every woman who is listening to this, regardless of political background, for every human who has color, regardless of political background, this was a monumental moment, and we are allowed to celebrate that even if we don't agree with other things. We are allowed to celebrate each other's differences as long as we remember to be kind and loving, because that is why we are here.
What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Your Life Matters podcast. I'm so grateful that you're here. I just ask that you share this episode with somebody. I ask you to just share it and give it to somebody who could potentially need to hear this message. I really am on a mission to help hundreds of thousands of people to believe that their mess is their message and that their story really does matter, and that above all, their life matters. I'm so grateful that you're here. I want you to share this episode. And then on top of that, if you could please leave a rating or a review, or both. Let me know what speaks to you. Let me know what you need to hear. Let me know what you've connected with, because that's going to be the best way that I can make sure that I'm giving you guys exactly what you need. I love you guys with all my heart. I'm so grateful for you, and I want you to know the difference and the impact you guys make in my life. I love seeing your messages. I love seeing when you guys private message me or screenshot it and share it on Instagram or Facebook, because it lets me know that this podcast is doing exactly what it was meant to do. And it's to make sure that there's an impact being made, and to help remind you and everyone else that your life matters.